Hello everybody, welcome, it's Oyos, welcome. So basically in this wonderful individual reading for Gemini, this is going to be for Gemini for December 31st of 2025. You know, Gemini, I know that this is going to be a wonderful reading for you, but you know, this is going to be a revelation for you, right? So a revolution is basically how it is. You're going to resolve a solution, no matter what your problem is. But you know what, Gemini, you need to pay attention to what you're going to be doing in that way. You're going to understand that, right? It's the way how it goes. And you have to believe in order to do that. You have to do what you can to do whatever you decide to. And when you decide, okay, well, I need to understand about this revolution, that's how it goes, right? So Gemini, you need to understand whether you like it or not, whether you're going to accept it, whether you're going to do that in your own daily life, right? It's the way of how it is. But you need to understand of what's happening in that way, whether you have to show yourself in different perspective, and you go with the rights and wrongs, and how it is. By the way, this is the way how it is. Right? It's gonna be like how it is. So this is not going to be all concrete and how it is. But you have to believe it, and you have to know that. So you have to understand that, right? Because when you think about it, you think that okay, well, everything's gonna be fine. Already know what to do. But you have to believe it. You have to understand that. You have to do what you can, and when you do it, that's how it goes, right? So you have to understand of how it is in that way. And when you think about that, you think that, well, this is gonna be very interesting, I need to do it. But this is how it goes, right? So here we go. So this is a wonderful reading for you, Gemini. We have the Tower reverse. There's no transformation. Hangman reverse. There's no restrictions. The Hermit is between up and right. So between, if it's upright, you're looking for a soulmate. Reverse, it means you don't have a soulmate, like, you know what I mean, right? And the Lover is separate, you're making decisions. The Five Cups separate, there's grief, and the Chariot separate, there's progress. Yeah, it's the way how it goes. But the way how this is, you need to understand what you're going through in that situation, because of how it is. So you have to believe it. You have to know your own standards, and you have to know. So you know what, Gemini, I need to understand of what's happening. So I'm going to from the Hermit card, Tower, and the Hangman. Register, you want skill. For Sorcerer, there's basically you're having rest, you're having healing. Nine Pentacles here is you're having uncomfortable. You're being comfortable. I have no idea why, but I will clarify that eventually. But that's how it seems to be, right? It's like that's how it goes. The Lovers, the Five Cups, and the Chariot. I'm going to clarify that. Moon reverse, there's no visitations. Empress reverse, there's no nourishment. Queen Cups reverse, there's no empathy. Three Swords reverse, there's no heartbreak. World is upright, reverse, there's incompletion. Page 1 is where there's basically invention, or it could be the way how it works, because that's how it goes. So it's like, okay, well, everything's gonna be fine, I already know what to do. Yes, but does it go with that way? Whether it goes into that the way how it is, this is how it works. What's this Nine Pentacles about? Five Wands reverse, there's no chaos. The reverse, there's no obsessions. 6 Wands there's celebration. Yeah, you're going to celebrate eventually, because that's how it goes. So you might be dealing with another Leo, Aries, Sagittarius in that way. So this is how it goes. So you have to believe it in order to do that. You might be dealing with another Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in that way, but you go with the flow. You know what it is, but that's how it goes. What's between the Moon, the Empress, and the Queen Cups? Ace Cups reverse, there's no satisfaction, and 10 of Wands there's burdens. Yeah, because you're having all these burdens. You're having all these burdens because what's going through your whole entire life, whether you like it or not, that's how it goes. Everything is not peachy. Everything is not peachy green, whatever it is. It's not. You have to look at it from a different perspective. If you think that you need to understand that, you need to plug along, because that's how it goes. You have to believe it. You have to understand it. You have to accept on how it is. You have to know about your P's and Q's of the situation, right? That's how it goes. What's this 10 Wands about? Ace Pentacles there's prosperity about money. Hierophant there's guidance. 10 Spirits, there's no healing. just as though you're telling the truth. Obviously there is, because when you're telling the truth, that's how it goes. Because you're balancing two things at once. And when you're telling the truth, you know how it goes from your circumstances. Even if you have the Hierophant, and that's guidance. You pay attention to what's going on. You have to pay attention to what the universe is saying to you. Whether you need clarification or notification, whatever it is, because you need to understand that. If you go with the guidance, you pay attention to it, Gemini. That's how it goes. What's this page 1 about? Queen of Pentacles, there's no prosperity about money. Queen of Swords, there's no independence. Five of Swords, there's no conflict. Two of Swords, so you don't know which path you're going to take, left or right. So let's see what's on the left side. Four Pentacles, you want prosperity about money. On the other side, you have the King of Swords, there's no knowledge. Nine of Swords, there's no immaturity. Six of Swords, there's no movement. Nine Pentacles, there's trust. Yeah, because you want to have your own trust. You want to understand that. And when you have trust, you have the ability to understand what's going on, right? It's the way of how it goes. You're trying to see it in your own perspective. That's how it goes. You have to be who you are because you understand that, Gemini. You need to pay attention. And when you do it, that's how it goes. It's the way of how it goes, right? You have to figure out what's going on in that way, whether you like it or not, but you understand that, right? That's how it goes. So what's the middle of this situation? Nine of Wands here. So you're not having any fear. When you have no fear, you basically saying, well, you don't have any discipline. Well, when you have no fear, you're not fearing anybody. It might be maybe one way or another, but you understand that, right? That's how it goes. So you see it as a wonderful feeling. So let me clarify this 9 of Wands here. So Fool is up, but there's change here. That's how it goes. So what's this Four of Swords here? Okay, so King of Swords, there's no knowledge. Alright, what's the 6 Wands here? Ace of Swords, there's actually an understanding here. Okay, Hierophant. Four of Wands, there's celebration, justice. 9 of Wands, there's fear. Okay, so let me clarify. I love that word. Let me clarify this King of Swords here. 2 Wands here, there's no planning. Okay, so yeah, the 6 of Swords is upright because you're basically having movement. You're going to go with the flow. When you have movement, you pay attention to it, whether you like it or not, because that's how it goes. You believe in what you're going to do next, because that's what your priority is. That's how it is, because if you get things done, you know how it goes. From the right and wrong perspective, that's all you can do, but you take a good step in the right direction. What's this Ace of Swords about? 8 of Swords, there's anxiety. King of Swords, there's no support. 10 of Swords, there's no burdens. 9 of Swords, there's trauma. Exactly. So you're in between having trauma and having anxiety. Okay, well, you have to pay attention to it. It's going to take you as long as it needs to, but when you're feeling like you're having anxiety and things are not going as planned, look at it from a different perspective. Look at things from how it is, because when you do it, it's like, okay, well, everything's going to be all good. Yes, but you understand that. So you might be dealing with another Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You might deal with another Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. So there are things you must learn first. What's this Fool card? 3 of Wands, there's communication. Wheel of Fortune, you're having good luck. That's how it is. So when you have communication, you're going to communicate. When you have the Wheel of Fortune, you're having good luck. That's how it goes. Because there is a way about knowing to do, whether you like it or not. So you're going to go with the flow. What's this 4 of Wands about? Temporary years, there's no structure. World's ever, there's completion. Moon years, there's no mismutations. Queen of years, there's no empathy. 3 of years, there's no celebration. 9 of Swords, there's basically drama. That's how it goes. When you have drama, that's how it goes. So when you have drama, that's how it goes. Drama is like maybe a part of acting, but it's not really. But the real this is, if you have drama in life, and you're trying to have your own perspective, you understand that, right? Because that's how it goes. What's this 9 of Wands here? 5 of Swords, there's no conflict. 10 of Swords, there's no conclusions. 9 of Wands, there's immaturity. Exactly. So when you have drama, immaturity, anxiety, trauma, you know, have the feel for change. When you have that connection in your whole entire life, Gemini, you get to the point. You get to the point to understand what you want, what you get, what you provide. Because that's how it goes. It's like you have to see it in your own already fashioned way. Because that's how it goes. Let's see what the universe is saying. So I'm going to go from the middle to the right, middle to left. So you have the 7 of Swords, you're not feeling deceived. 9 of Swords, there's trauma. Page of Pentacles, there's prospects. 10 of Swords, there's burdens. 8 of Swords is separate, there's anxiety. Obviously there is. So you might be doing this in a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. You might do this in a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You might deal with another Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. That's how it goes, right? That's how it seems to be. Between the middle and the left side. 5 of Swords, there's no conflict. 10 of Cups, there's completion. 9 of Cups, there's fulfillment. 5 of Pentacles, there's no insecurity. 8 of Pentacles, there's growth. 10 of Swords, there's conclusions. Yeah, because you're being concluded. You have all these conclusions because you don't know what to do. So let me clarify this 10 of Swords here. 8 of Wands, you want to have new beginnings. 6 of Wands, there's no achievement. 6 of Pentacles, there's no kindness. Yeah, because you're being rude and disrespectful. That's how it goes. Why would you do that? Why would you do that, Gemini? Let me clarify this 6 of Pentacles. High Priestess, there's no inner voice. Lovers, you're making decisions. Tower reverse, there's no transformation. 7 Pentacles, so it means that when you have a 7 Pentacles, you're looking at your career. You don't know what you're going to do next, but you have to follow by it. Follow by whether things are be all good, but that's how it goes. This is not going to be the natural route of how it goes, but you understand that, right? It's the way it seems to be, right? This is not season greetings. This is not the way it goes, but you pay attention to it, right? That's how it goes. What's between this 7 of Swords, 5 of Swords, and this 9 of Swords? 8 of Swords, there's no speed. Just so you're telling the truth. Yeah, because you're saying to yourself, it's like, well, I need to tell the truth. I need to behave. I need to be respectful. I need to pay attention to it. That's how it goes. So, things are going to be as planned, but you understand that, right? So you have to understand what's happening in the situation, no matter what you're going through, into that perspective, because things will come and go, Gemini. Things will come and go, right? If someone comes into your life, someone goes out of your life. That's how it goes. But, that's how it seems to be. So you have to look at it from a different perspective. It's the way how it works. It's the way how you can do it, right? Because you're not trying to cringe. You're not trying to, get angry and get, mad. But the way how this is, you need to understand that. You can't say, oh, I'm not be fooled because I don't want to be fooled. No, because you're trying to understand that, right? That's how it goes. So this is the way it works. And you understand, Gemini, that during this year of the 2025, December 31st of 2025, this is the last end of your whole entire situation, If you're telling the truth and you're knowing what to do, Gemini, you pay attention to it. But if you're acting when you have no kindness and, you're having trauma, you're having, immaturity, when you have no independence and, you want to do things by yourself, fine. But if you're acting like, why you're being so rude or anything like that, you need to understand that, well, you pay attention to it because there's a life lesson here, and it's the way how it works. So you pay attention on how you're feeling that way, and you're going with the flow. That's how it goes. So I hope you all liked this video. Please give a like, please a comment if you want, and this is how it works, and this is the way it seems to be. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, to all, and I'll see you next time when I do, and this is how it goes. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Thank you. And thanks, and bye.